Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you some self-management and independent strategies that you can do to manage your very weak lower limb. I'm also going to teach you some exercises to stretch out this lower limb so that you can prevent tightness from happening. Welcome to Basically Physio. My name is Suresh and I'm a physiotherapist. In this video I'm going to cover three things. First, I'm going to go through some explanation on why recovery in the lower limb tend to be better compared to the upper limbs. Second, I'm going to show you exercises that you can do in a safe and relatively independent manner. And lastly, I'm going to show you some strategies to prevent tightness from happening in your lower limbs. For this video, you're going to need two equipment mainly. First, you need a long towel, a relatively long piece of towel, and also you need a bag of a dried product. For me, I'm using some flour, and this is about 1 kg. So if you have a product which is about between 1 to 3 kg, then it will be very useful in the exercise that we're going to do today. So why usually is the recovery in the lower limb usually faster compared to the upper limb? This is because of this thing called the motor homunculus. This is the area of representation within the brain. So our entire body has a representation within the brain, and the largest or one of the bigger representations is actually the hand. And this is because hands actually have a lot of complex functions that you have to do as compared to the rest of the body parts compared to your legs. So because of the nature of the representation being so big and occupying a larger area in the brain, any area that is affected tends to affect the large representation of the head compared to the relatively smaller representation in the legs. This is why a lot of times the hands recovery takes a little bit more longer compared to the lower limb recovery. Next is also because when you're using your legs and your hands, usually when you're using your hands, it tends to be in this thing called an open kinetic chain. And compared to your legs will usually be in a closed kinetic chain. What I mean by open kinetic and closed kinetic is this. When you're reaching for something, which is what you tend to do with your hands, you are usually going against free space. You're just moving in free space. But as compared to your lower limb, you are usually in contact with something, especially the ground. And because of this, there is an extra added support that is there in the end of your feet, and this gives you a little bit more stability for your lower limbs. As compared to your upper limbs, you are moving in free space, and this actually demands a lot more from your muscles. So because of the nature of the movement for the upper limb being a more open kinetic chain kind of a movement as compared to your lower limb, which is more closed kinetic chain, it is a little bit more easier to train up the lower limbs as compared to the upper limb. This is why recovery also tends to be a bit more faster, because you can just naturally do a little bit more demanding exercises in your lower limb for rehabilitation. So these are the two main reasons why I would say that the recovery in your lower limbs tend to be faster or better compared to your upper limb. Okay, so for the first exercise, I want you to actually place a towel underneath your heel here, okay, of your weaker leg. And this exercise is very simple. You can actually do it while you're just resting in the bed actually, okay? So just put a pillow or a towel underneath your heel. And what you're going to do is you're going to focus on your hip here. And we're just going to make sure that you're going to press your heel down. Okay, you're going to press your heel down such that you activate your muscles here. Okay, you activate your muscles down here. So if you actually place your stronger hand over your glutes muscle, your buttock muscles, as you're pushing down, you should start to feel some activation over your buttock muscles here. Okay, you should start to feel some contraction, and that is a good sign that you're doing it properly. Okay, so just rest, and you're just going to push down your heel onto the bed. Okay, just push down this way. Hold it there as long as you can for about 5 seconds and just relax. Okay, so just push down, hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and relax. And push down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and relax. This is a very good way to start activating the muscles in your glutes here, and also it's a very safe, and you can do it relatively independently just by yourself while you're just lying down. So do for about 10 repetitions, hold for 5 seconds, and try to do it 3 times a day for a start. Push 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and relax. So push 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and relax. If you find this video useful so far, do consider to like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Now coming to your knee, we are going to place the towel underneath your knee, a roll of towel underneath your knee, and we are just going to do a knee extension movement. So we're going to push your knee down. So now you're going to push your knee down onto the roll of towel, As you're pushing it down, your feet should start to come up. Okay, so as you just push down and let your heel come off the ground, you don't need to be able to achieve a straight movement. Okay, so even if you just push down and your heel just lifts off a little bit off the ground, that's already very good. So just continue doing the exercise. Okay, push down, hold for 5 seconds and down. Okay, do this for about 10 repetitions and 3 sets, 3 times a day. And down. So push down, hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and relax. You should start to feel your muscles over here starting to work, and that is the sign that you're doing it correctly. So you can use your stronger hand to feel and just relax. Okay, so for your ankle exercise, what you're going to do is you're going to place it on a roll of towel like this onto the tip of the towel at the forefoot of your feet over this area, and then you're going to grab the ends of the towel. Okay, so imagine like your stronger hand is helping you, and once you grab it like this, okay, what we are going to do is we are going to help your ankle dorsiflex, meaning we're going to bend it up like this, okay? Because you do not have any strength, right? It's going to be largely passive. So you're going to pull using your stronger hand and you're going to pull it up like this way. If you have some movement, just help your ankle to bend upwards. Now in this position, I'm just going to get you to slowly let go of your stronger hand. So stronger hand, instead of pulling so much, just let go slowly, okay? And really control. Your job in this exercise is actually to help your mind and your leg to control the slowly coming down of your feet. So imagine your ankle is up like this, right? When I'm pulling, so as you let go, your job is to just slowly control it downwards like this, okay? At the early stages, you may not be able to control, but it's okay. Just go through the motion, just practice it, really visualize this movement, and eventually you should be able to get it over time. Okay, so pull it all the way and slowly let go and just lower it down like this. Okay, so pull it back all the way as high as you can using a stronger hand, and once you just slowly start to let go, do not let go like this, so just let go gently, slowly ease off the tension, and your ankle should just go back to neutral. And your job, as I said again, it is actually to control this movement of coming down. So you're just trying to really hold your ankle up like this with your whatever power that you have, and using that muscle strength to actually control it coming down. Okay, then pull again. So pull. So just make sure that your towel is actually at the front part of your feet, not at the bottom of your feet. So the front part of your feet, then you can really pull a little bit more and get your ankle to bend up more. Pull, hold it there, and slowly start to let go. As you let go, just control your feet from coming down. Don't let your feet just fall down like this, okay? It is not going to be easy, but it is okay. Just keep trying, okay? Just keep trying. Just really visualize this movement and just hope that your muscle strength will start to come back eventually and you'll be able to control this nicely. So pull and let go and let it come back down. So now let's say that you have tightness over your knee and you're not able to keep your knee flat like this, okay? If let's say your knee is always in a position like this, what you want to do is you can actually get your dry product, okay? Then you just place it over the knee like this, okay? Yeah. Just place it over the knee like this, okay? And just let gravity and the weight of the product just bring your knee down like this, okay? If you have difficulty getting the dry product over your knee, then just get your caregiver to help you to place it on top of your knee. So usually in a position like this, by the weight of the product, it will start to stretch out your hamstring muscles, and over time, it will just start to come down. But be very mindful of the pain, especially if you start feeling a lot of pain at the knee joint or actually below your knee joint. Then just do this very gradually by doing it 1 minute at a time and slowly increasing it over the weeks, okay? If you are able to tolerate it, then just do it for 5 minutes straight. And if you find that the weight is too little for you, you can go up to about 3 to 5 kg. But be very mindful of the pain once again. Okay, so just placing it like this down here and just let gravity do the job and let it come down. Be very mindful of the pain. You can do this a few times throughout the day. So another way that you can do for your hamstring stretching, especially if your legs is tight, in a seated position, is if you can get your leg onto a stool like this. So using your stronger hand to help your weaker leg, and if you have some strength, just go up like this. Or if you can get a caregiver to do it also, is okay. And usually if you're not able to straighten, your knee will be bent like this. So in this position, if you do not have any pain, if you are able to withstand the stretching forces, then just grab like a 1 kilogram dry product in a packaging like this and just place it on top of your knee. Okay. If you find that it's a little bit heavy, then just vary the weight accordingly. If you can tolerate a little bit more, then go for about 3 kg. But do not go more than 5 kg because it might be very painful for you. So as you're doing this, just sit down here, just relax, breathe, and just let the weight do the work. Okay, so this weight is just going to exert this downward pressure, and hopefully that is going to help you to stretch out your hamstring muscles here. So this exercise has to be done for a long period of time, so you leave it for about 3 minutes to 5 minutes. But if you have pain within 1 minute, then just stop and slowly, incrementally increase it over the next few days. Do not push past the pain. If you have pain, just stop and do not continue because it is just going to make it worsen. When you're doing this, also make sure that you are able to control your feet such that it's not going outwards like this. Because if it is, then the force is not going to go downwards. It's going to go sideways and it's not going to be effective for you. So keep your leg in an upright position, toes pointing upwards, and then place the back over your knee. Now we're going to do stretching for the ankle. So when your ankle is tight, usually it will be downwards, tight downwards. So meaning your feet will tend to point downwards and not able to bend up to neutral. So usually when you're sitting down, you'll be facing a situation like this. You're not able to put your feet flat on the ground. Your heel will be off the ground. So when you're in this position, what I want you to do is, usually you'll be sitting like this, right? So I just want you to grab your leg back this way, okay? You will not be able to put your heel down because of the tightness of the muscles here and maybe some joint stiffness within the joint itself, okay? So you're going to grab your dry product of 1 kg to about 3 to 5 kg. You're just going to place it over your knee, okay? You're just going to do this here, okay? And you're just going to wait, okay? So just let the weight of the product really just do its job and try to slowly, hopefully in the next few days, lengthen up your calf muscles and just eventually come to a stage where your heel is able to at least make contact with the ground, okay? So as you're doing this, don't place the product closer to your thigh, but really to the edge of your knee, okay? Really to the edge of your knee so that it can actually give a force down your shin bone, your tibia, okay? And this is where you want to exert the pressure down. If possible, you can use your stronger hand to actually just push down, give some gentle pressure, and just relax, okay? So do this for about 1 to 3 minutes at the start, but eventually aim for 5 minutes or longer, but really make sure that you don't have pain when you're doing this. If you're going to have pain and you're going to push past the pain, then it's going to be even more painful when you stop the exercise. So really be mindful of pain and do not push past your pain. Do it gently and slowly increase over the weeks. Okay, so this is for your ankle, how you're going to stretch it out with the help of a dry product. You've come to the end of the video. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.